Okay, so today is day 39, 40, 41, 42. Yeah, day 39. So, yeah, not much to say. My spoken Chinese is really good at this point. I'm pretty happy with it. Um, Today is not. I'm having some low performance, but it's because I'm having some sort of like sinus thing going on here. Yeah, which just does not feel great. So I've been a bit drowsy and a bit like cranky and not in like a great mood, and also just like feeling kind of foggy and difficult to struggling to concentrate. But yeah, I just write that off as a bad day is exactly that. It's a bad day. It doesn't constitute all the time. It doesn't define the rest of the time. So yeah, I have 3 more days left. So tomorrow is Friday, which means tomorrow will be the last time that I will have homework because I don't have homework on Saturdays and Sundays. So yeah, we've been doing a lot of those exercises where you like match up the sentences, which I find pretty easy. Where you match up the words, which are okay, I guess. Exercises where you make words with the character given. Uh, Exercises where you put the word in the sentence to complete the paragraph, and then we've just been doing some discussion topics. I've been noticing that I'm like it probably because I feel kind of sick, but like I really get so. It's probably boredom as well, but I get so bored with some of these topics. It's like topics that they think are good topics to discuss in the HSK, which they probably are because like it will make you sound intelligent and you will be able to like talk about these topics to an intelligent Chinese person or like a Chinese person who's got like some sort of education of some kind. But it's topics that honestly like I'm so tired of talking about even like in English that like the struggle to talk about it in Chinese is just such a huge barrier. For example, it's topics like global warming and how you should raise kids and what is the role of women in society and like really complex topics, and sometimes I'm just like not in the mood to talk about that. I don't want to talk about it. I want, like, for example, in one of the stories in the HSK6 is about this like made up story about a rat that came down to earth to like kill an elephant. He was supposed to kill an elephant, or like to defeat the elephant, and like in the end of the day he freed the elephant, and then like God in heaven told him like, oh, um, there is no bigger victory on earth than turning your enemy into your friend. So he won. He got victory in the end. He achieved some victory at the end. That was such a fun story, and like I don't want to talk about like super serious topics. I don't want to talk about like how do we solve global warming. I don't want to talk about that in Chinese. It is really difficult for me to discuss that in Chinese, and my opinions are like, how do I say it? Like difficult to explain in Chinese. I honestly think if I run into that situation where a Chinese person asks me about global warming, I'll just stop talking to them because I don't want to talk about that. I don't want to talk about global warming. No. Um, uh, what else? The role of women in society. Like should women have jobs? Should women have careers? Should women take care of kids? Those kinds of questions are coming up, and I'm like, I don't want to talk about this, because like I think they could just do whatever they want, honestly, and that is that is the end. That is the end of the whole conversation. If I just say like I think women can do whatever they want and that's it, that's fine. You know, then that's the end of the conversation. But I'm supposed to stretch it out into a 2 minute speech. How do I do that? How do I do that if my opinion is so simple and straightforward? You know, and I cannot. Or what are the other things? Uh, yeah, some of them are just like annoying topics to talk about. Like I hate talking about politics. I hate talking about like yeah, generally just hate talking about politics. I hate talking about things like that because to me politics is a zero sum game. Everybody loses. Like or not a zero sum game. It's the exact opposite of the zero sum game. It's just everybody loses. It's just kind of seeing who loses the least. So yeah, that's something I've noticed. But yeah, I do need to practice that because I'm guessing those will be the types of questions that I will have to answer in the test. Because in a higher level of speaking, in a higher level of typing and reading, you will have to answer questions in a. You will have to be able to form comprehensive arguments around it. I think that is the point. So yeah, that is something that I'll work on in the future because I can explain, like how we can approach global warming. I can explain what I believe the role of women is in society. I can explain my views on religion. I can explain my views on politics in Chinese. But it is so strenuous and it's such a complex topic that the barrier to entry to start that conversation is so huge, and it just completely demotivates me from having that conversation. I hate having those kinds of conversations even in English, or like they're just like a lot of those conversations. I feel like they've been had so many times. I like talking about people's roles in their own lives. I've noticed that. I've liked talking about what are the roles of you as like teaching kids, because like that's what I'm a teacher, right? So the role of raising